Hey guys, it's your girl Jakayla A, and I'm back here today with another nail tutorial. I got a one hand. I'm using my right hand to do my left hand, and y'all, this was one of the hardest things I've ever attempted and achieved in doing nails. This is the first time that I ever did this type of design on nails. Today I attempted a nude and white French line on myself. Smile line, excuse me. So I did reverse French, and I had to get a new smile line, and I put white on the tips. And this is the first time I ever did this, and it was very difficult to do. So as you saw, I pushed back my cuticle and etched the nail with the sanding band. These are some ready-made square tips that I'm showing y'all. It's extremely square and it had a high C curve. I didn't use those. I was just going back and forth seeing which ones I was going to use. I ended up using these ones here, which are the Easy Coffin. They already kind of have a tapered square coffin look to them. I'm using my KDS glue. I got these nail tips and this glue off Amazon. And yeah, I actually really like these tips. I like how they turned out. Coffin is such a popular shape. It just helps me get there to that end result a little bit faster. They're not perfect. I'm still trying out tips, trying to find like the one I love, the company that I really, really love, or the type that I really, really love. But these were cool to use. So I went ahead and I glue all of those on. And now I'm coming in with my file to really perfect the shape. Yes, they are already a coffin shape, but they definitely are not perfected to my liking as far as the sides go and the free edge. I definitely still had to shape them up and get them together. Also have to blend in that middle. I don't do that with the sanding band. I just do that with the hand file. I think it's more gentle. So I'm all done. I got my number 12 brush, or 14, child, one of them, from Tony Lee Nails. That's the brush I use. I got the 14 and the 12. I use them interchangeably, but I really like those brushes that he sells. I got my Young Nails Protein Balm. This is my Young Nails Cover Earth. That is a very, very, very pretty color, especially on black women. It's a very realistic nude for our skin tone. I got my Mia Secret White that I hate, but it's just a little bit left. I'm gonna use that up. And then I got my Mia Secret pink, which comes off being clear in most situations. It's actually not tinted very pink. Viva paper towels is the best paper towels to use in doing something like this, because you want something very absorbent. Look at that earth, y'all. That is so pretty to me. I love that color. But anyways, so here we are. I got all of these little cutters. I was inspired by Tony Lee Nails on Instagram, to get all these cutters, to help me achieve a smile line, because it just seems so difficult to do a freehand smile line with just acrylic. It's a girl on here on YouTube named Sydney Alexis, and she can kill a smile line, y'all. Like, she can do a smile line so fast and so crispy, and it's a good one that I like, that's real deep. They go all the way almost to the cuticles on the sides. It's so deep, it's so precise. She does not use a cutter. She literally just used like a number 8 or a number 9 brush, really little brush, and she can bust it down. And I'm just like, wow, it just looks so hard to me. So my first attempt, I did not go the freeform approach. I am going to use a cutter. Now, as I started to do this, because I never did it before, I didn't even know how to really approach this. I didn't even know what steps to take as far as how to do it. So the first hand or two ended up kind of shaky. The first finger or two, excuse me, ended up kind of rocky. And then about third finger, fourth finger, I knew exactly how to do it, and I was able to do it quicker and then get through the process faster. All right. Let me put y'all on my train of thought by nail 3 and how I started doing this. At first, I thought I was going to build it up on the thumb real thick and then just slice through it while it was thick. That was a little difficult to do and I wasn't getting the result I wanted. So then by nail 3, which I'm at now, I'm like, okay, this is how you do it. You put it on fairly thin, not too thin, but definitely not too thick. Then you cut it and then you build it once you've already cut it in that one thin layer. You see, I put on the layer, I cut it, I'm cleaning it up. You can't really see because I'll be out the frame every damn video, but I'm using the cutter to cut the edges. I want it slightly deep on the side, so I'm doing that the best that I can. And then I'm also using different tools to just cut it down. If you got an X-Acto knife and you're careful, you could do it with that too, but that's probably too sharp. So then I do that to every finger across. And then while I have that really thin nude smile line section, nail bed color section, then I build it up. So I went across nude. I used the cutter. I cleaned it up as best as I could. Mind you, I had to go in with a file to perfect it. So it really wasn't that important to clean it up to perfection, just as best as you can. And then after you're done, you go in and build that section, and you're going to see me do that in a minute. All right, I'm back. I've done a fair job of building up some thickness after I had cut every single one of them, and here I am filing to perfect. I'm realizing in this filing process that I didn't really build up the apex with the nude, but I wouldn't be worried about that if you do this like I did it. I had to cap these nails. I did not build up the white thick enough. I did not build up the nude thick enough to not cap these nails, so I wasn't worried about the apex at that point. So here I am just crispying up that nail bed color. I even use a drill to crispy up that nail bed color, because if I go in with that white and then I come back and I go in with that nude, with that cap, and that nail bed color is shiesty, it's going to be shiesty through the whole entire thing. So that is why I really struggle with this. I had to keep going in to perfect every single section before I capped the nails and did a finish file on the nail, because I just didn't know what I was doing. So I was figuring it out as I was going. And also, between every single application of acrylic, which was 3, I had to stop and file. So I had to use a new monomer setup, which I only use a small dapping dish so I don't end up wasteful. I had to use a new monomer setup. I had to use a new napkin and just do a new application set up. Here I am again with my second application set up, and I'm going to have a third application set up because through each layer, because of how I chose to do this, I had to file through each layer. I will do this again in different colors, maybe in this color. Definitely get some practice on how to do this reverse French in all acrylic, cleaner and crispier and more efficient, because this kind of took me through the ringer. In real life, this is a 20-something minute video, but in real life, this took me like 2.5 hours, maybe more, to do my one hand. I was also watching Apple TV. I was watching the morning show on Apple TV. That's a good show, y'all. Watch that. Apple TV is free for 7 days. Watch the morning show, is good. But I was doing that too while I was doing this, so that kind of took a long time. But here I am. I got my second monomer application set up. I'm putting in this Mia Secret White. It's all type of hair and lumps and bumps in this, and I didn't put it in there. Straight from the manufacturer. That's just how it is, and I really don't like it. But like I said, y'all see it's only a little bit left. Go ahead and use that up before I try to probably just buy some Young Nails white. Young Nails has my favorite acrylic. They just do. I love their formula. I love the color selection. So I'll probably just buy some white from them. But yeah, so here I am. I'm going to go over the top with the white now. I probably didn't have to force it as much as I did, but I wanted to get every space, and I still wanted to smooth out that white as well. I know that once I applied, in my mind, once I applied the white and then filed the white, I was only going to need a very thin cap on these nails. I needed a little thicker cap than I thought I would need on these nails, because I didn't focus on the apex with the first two colors. It was really just for the design aesthetic, and then I built the nail much more with the clear than I thought I was going to. But what's important here with the white is to get every little nook and cranny. Just make sure that you get every little nook and cranny. It will come together in the filing process. It will look crazy. You gotta trust the process. Yes, it's white just scattered all on top of that nude that I just spent all that time perfecting, but it will come together in the filing process. So make sure it's not underneath. Get them sides. Make sure it's not too thin to the free edge, and it'll all come together. Just trust it. All right, here I am. I'm filing down that white. I'm using this crosscut barrel, this large barrel. That's usually how I finish file nails, but it was not working in this instance. I had put so much white, I needed a much more aggressive filing bit. So I switched to my safety bit. It's a medium carbide. It's a safety top bit, but I'm just trying to get that white off. I'm not really trying to get the cuticle area like that. I'm not really trying to do nothing that I need a free edge bit for. I'm just trying to get that white all the way down, and I'm using this medium bit, but I'm using it on quite a high speed, just, you know, for time's sake. All right, here we go. We towards the end, and as you can see, we got something that makes some type of sense. Okay, so we done doing that filing. We not trying to perfect that layer because we didn't focus on building the apex and building the nail with the nude and the white. So we already got a cap again. Here we are with the Mia Secret Pink, and we gotta put quite a bit on, not a lot, but more than I was expecting because I didn't put enough of the two colors, and we have to add the structure and the strength to the nail. I think I'm using my 14 brush that I bought from Tony Lee Nail, and I'm just making sure that I add some thickness to these nails. I have filed these nails for their life already, and we're not even done yet, and we're not even on the finish file, and I've already filed these nails twice. Once to clean up the shape of the nail bed color, and once to file down the whites, which I got a little file happy with the white, so that's something else that I need to work on, is making sure that I'm putting enough of the white, or not so sloppily putting the white, because then it'll help in the filing process. But that's for another day. So we had to file down the white, and now here we are capping, and then we'll have to do a finish file on that. These nails were a trying process, baby. These nails, they really tried me, but like I said, the finished product was randomly so good. Like, it was really so good. All right, now that we have did the finished file and the monomer is not coming back out, baby, the monomer is done, the brush is done, and we are on the home stretch and finishing the nails off. I had an inspiration picture that came from Sydney Alexis. I don't know if she was the originator, but I also saw the picture on Pinterest as well. Or did I put the picture in this video? I think at the end I showed the inspiration picture, but it's some type of design that is involving butterfly foils. So I knew that I had to put butterfly foils on this nail design. So I'm just going through mine to see which ones suit me best, and I picked one. I'm putting am I using swipe? If I'm not using swipe, I'm just using the alcohol pad. It's either swipe or just alcohol pad to get that dust off if I'm doing a top coat, or in this case I'm about to do I'm about to use my McCart foil gel. This foil gel is lit. Like, this foil gel is really the truth, and it's not even that expensive, and it came with two. This foil gel makes foil stick so good. And at first I was using foil gel that dries and goes on white and just dries clear. It does not compare. The two do not compare. The application does not compare. The result that you get does not compare. Get some foil gel that you have to cure in a light. The light ain't that expensive. The foil gel ain't that expensive. The foil definitely ain't that expensive. So that'll just change your whole design. So I'm putting that in certain places, not everywhere, just in certain places, so I could then come in with my foil and I could just put the butterflies and the flowers that I chose to be a part of this design in certain places. I know I didn't want to completely cover up all that hard work and all that anguish that I went through, baby. Okay, I went through all that to get this shape right and to get this reverse French looking real cute. I did not want to completely cover it up, but I did want to achieve the inspiration picture. So, you know, I'm just playing around with it. I'm seeing where I want to put, what I want to put. etc., etc. All right, I had got a little foil happy, and that was me using a napkin and some alcohol to wipe off the foils that I did not want on there before I moved on with the design. If you don't want something on there and you using a foil gel, just use some alcohol or some nail polish remover, a Q-tip or a napkin, and start taking stuff off that you don't want on there. And move on with the process. So here we is. We bought out my bling. I'm using some really cheap and affordable but really cute pink stones, not Swarovski gray, anything like that, just pink stones from Amazon, AliExpress, Glamour Nail Supply, one of them places that I shop, one of the 19,000 places that I get nail art from. You could get them anywhere, any of those places or any other place. Maybe your local nail supply store has a whole collection of cheap, not Swarovski gray stones that still look cute. I'm going there with a cuticle stone, and then I just started putting them all over the place. They was just so pretty to me. I really couldn't resist. I just started dotting them all around, taking a riff on the inspiration pick, and just, doing my own thing with it. I'm using that Zule nail adhesive. That Zule nail adhesive is everything. It is everything. You don't even need to cure it. It dries on its own. It dries quite fast too, so be careful with that. You can't really let that linger. It will dry quickly. So I did that. I'm letting it dry, and I'm going on with a cheap top coat. I'm talking like $5 on Amazon. Any type of gel product really mess up the shape, so make sure you just get them sides. I'm putting a nice amount of top coat, and then I'm just getting them sides so that I can try to preserve the shape as best as I can, because when it goes in the light, it's curious. It's on there. It's on there the way it's on there. So make sure you get them sides. Don't flood that cuticle area. This cuticle oil I got in the 3-pack off of Amazon. It smells so good. I wish it was a lotion. It come from Gelish, and I put it all over my hands. I do have lotion on my station from Bath and Body Works, but this oil itself could be a lotion. It smells so delicious. So here goes the final look after I rub this in, y'all. This set was a headache, but it was worth it though, because it looked so cute, and it did good for me on social media, and be bringing awareness to my craft. But ooh, look at that. Ooh, it was doing a lot though in the beginning. That's it though. I'm out. I hope y'all enjoy it, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.